Hello, we're a research group from the University of Michigan, and we want to introduce our client, Pilotly. Pilotly is a website that aims to gather data for TV networks and studios by streaming TV test pilots online before their commercial release date. Viewers can watch exclusive content for free, but in return they're required to answer questions that are embedded in the pilots. Pilotly then collects and analyzes this feedback data and reports their evaluations back to their TV network and studio clients. Pilotly's primary target group includes mainly young professionals and college students. They are 18 to 25 years old, active TV watchers, prefer online streaming, are considered tech-savvy, are active social media users, and willing to share their opinions to others. While Pilotly primarily targets these users, they also want to extend their service to other user groups that actively watch TV. Let's introduce some methods. Number 1, the interview. We interviewed 6 people, which included 1 pretest, and each interview lasted about an hour long. Then the survey. We sent out 2 surveys, one targeting future Pilotly users and another group recruited in Ann Arbor who weren't aware of Pilotly. We received data from 58 Pilotly users and 42 users from Ann Arbor. This means we had 100 responses total. Next, the comparative analysis. For this, we compared Pilotly's product and service with Amazon Prime Instant Video as our first-tier competitor, Netflix and Hulu Plus as our second-tier competitor, and Vudu as our niche competitor. The heuristic evaluation. Here we targeted several design issues and applied Nielsen's severity scale to them. The severity scale runs from 0 to 4. The higher the number, the higher the severity for that issue. Finally, the usability test. We had 6 people test Pilotly's current beta site and log their behavior and comments to find severe usability issues. After conducting all this research over the past few months, we've created a list of the most pressing issues that Pilotly should address before they launch their product. Finding 1. It is not easy for users to navigate on the website. During usability testing, every user tested tried to find and use a search bar to find a TV pilot. Most of them looked for the search bar when they first entered the website in order to explore Pilotly content. However, they could not find one in the platform. In addition, some users attempted to browse through different categories and genres based on their prior experience in other streaming services. Searching is a common user behavior and should be incorporated as a basic function in Pilotly's streaming service. We highly recommend that Pilotly add the search function as well as browse by different categories, which will help make the system easier for users to navigate. Additionally, being able to refresh and backing out of a page should always meet users' expectations. It is highly recommended that Pilotly offer a visual back button on each page all the time to make the action more obvious and intuitive. Finding 2. People don't want interruptions in their viewing experience. From our research, only a few users would like to answer questions during the middle of a show because they thought that the questions are fun, short, interesting, and easy to answer. However, many users do not like being interrupted during their viewing experience. According to our survey results, 33% of respondents said that they are unlikely or extremely unlikely to answer questions while the show is playing. Some users during usability testing felt that questions interrupted their watching experience and made them feel like they were being quizzed. A few also expressed that the visual countdown for questions made them uncomfortable. Our research findings prove that control and options are important to potential users. Therefore, we recommend that Pilotly gives users the opportunity to choose if they want to answer questions before, during, or after the show. This will allow users some amount of control of their viewing experience, which people value when streaming TV shows. In addition, if optional survey questions are incorporated during the episode, we recommend that questions be presented in natural breaks throughout the program. This will help prevent potential interruptions in the viewing experience. Finding 3. The Discuss Commenting platform is not user-friendly. Pilotly utilizes the Discuss Commenting widget in their website. Upon entering the site, users that choose basic sign-up are automatically created a Discuss account for easy commenting. During usability testing, however, one user decided to sign up with the Facebook social login. Because of this, Discuss did not make him an account. When he attempted to comment on the TV show that he enjoyed, he was unable to do so and couldn't successfully accomplish our task. He remarked, "It's frustrating, I don't want to leave comments anymore." Disqus also incorporates a community feature in their commenting system to allow users to explore topics and comments left by other users. However, most users don't know that this feature exists. Upon clicking the community button, this feature overlays Pilotly's website completely. Posts and comments are unorganized and broken, which causes users confusion during testing. We suggest that Pilotly designs a consistent commenting system for users that doesn't depend on a user's sign-up, sign-in process. As a long-term goal, Pilotly should focus on building their own commenting and discussion system that better fits their website's organization and structure to avoid any user confusion. Finding 4. My library does not meet user expectations. Throughout usability testing, our team had users explore the My Library section of Pilotly. Here, users experienced a major issue. Pilotly's version of My Library conflicts with other concepts found in competing streaming services. People perceive My Library as a way to voluntarily store or favorite TV programs for later viewing. Currently, Pilotly's library acts as a recently watched list and does not allow for people to remove TV pilots. While users acknowledge that both these concepts are important, they indicated that the concepts should be separated. Furthermore, this issue extends beyond the My Library section and is seen in Pilotly's TV detail pages. The Watch Now button is combined with Add to My Library. Users get busy in their day-to-day lives and still want to add TV pilots to their library for later viewing. Pilotly requires users to enter the video player in order to add the show to their library, which isn't user-friendly. Our team advises that Pilotly gives users more control over managing My Library. Allowing users the ability to add, edit, and remove TV shows will make the Pilotly experience more intuitive. Outside of the My Library section, users should be given the choice to either add a show to their library or watch a pilot immediately. This control acknowledges the user's time and intentions, which makes the system more user-friendly. Finding 5. Users don't understand Pilotly as a service. Pilotly is a research platform, but this isn't properly conveyed on the website to Pilotly users. In fact, the majority of our usability testers entered the experience expecting a service like Hulu or Netflix. Due to the lack of information about Pilotly, the website did not meet their expectations and caused users to become confused and frustrated. Questions like, what does Pilotly have to offer, and why should I use this website, were asked during testing. For further education on the service, users looked to the footer for answers, but every link was broken. After failing to find this information, all users came to different conclusions about Pilotly's intentions at different points in the experience. At the end of one user's test, she remarked, "I feel exploited." Understanding who Pilotly is as a service and how they utilize user data will help build trust. During our initial interview research, we discovered that users are more inclined to share their data when they see authority in a service. We suggest that these intentions are clearly visible and defined for the user in order to avoid any negative feelings during the experience. Let's further discuss Pilotly and their next steps. Collecting user data is crucial for Pilotly. However, users are reluctant to give their data away. For example, we found that certain users tend to skip questions as much as possible, and the reasons for that are various. Our team suggests that further research should be conducted to understand what practical methods will incentivize users to best answer questions. On the other hand, as a new streaming service, Pilotly should take additional efforts to let users understand the website's intention clearly before they offer personal information. Researching how to make answering questions and giving data less intrusive will make Pilotly a much more user-friendly service. And this is where we leave you. Thank you for watching our presentation.